Hello again. Okay, today I just want to talk about how uncomfortable it actually is to make a video. I really played myself. The past 2 years as I've been scheming and trying to talk myself into actually posting something on the internet, I was like, oh, I have all these great ideas. I have all these fresh points of view that I just don't see out there. I can do what they can do. Oh, that girl made this video. Psh, I could do that better. I've literally been thinking all that shit, and I'm just like, dang. That couldn't be further from the truth, man. It's actually, really intimidating to put yourself out there. It's also, equally as intimidating to put yourself in a position where you're kind of talking to yourself. As a girl whose literal biggest fear is going insane or being found insane when I don't know I'm insane, it's scary, but I'm I should keep doing it because my ego is still on the daily, oh, I should make a video and call it this. My brother and I, we like to come up with these, catchy-ass titles where it's it would be the most supreme video, headline ever. For me, because I'm a fucking millennial and a kooky girl, kind of, I'm always okay, the socioeconomical impacts of YouTube tarot community versus limerence in the 21st century. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but I'm honestly that's my whole when I'm gassing myself up in my head, I'm yeah, I'm gonna make all these videos, I'm gonna expose internet spirituality, but why do I want to take that away from people? Also, I'm standing this time, so I can kind of get out a little bit more of my nervous jitters. I've also not painting, but that's not because I'm not going to do that in the future. I'm a little jittery, honestly, and not in real life, but in this space I seem to be. And I'm sorry that I'm not only looking at the camera or where I think the camera is, because it's hard to fucking tell. Also, the ring light, once again, makes me a little bit blind, but I'm filming on selfie cam this time instead of having my ring light and then the camera flash also in my eyes. Yeah. It's a little bit of a struggle, but here I am. So, yeah, I really want to say I have a lot of admiration for anyone who's putting themselves out there like this, because man, it's scary and it's really nerve-wracking, and I feel so vulnerable. I feel so vulnerable even though obviously I don't really have any audience, or I don't know, I don't have anything to lose. Which is scary but fun, you know, I'm doing it again with saying all the time because I'm getting insecure. So let's slow it down for a second. My shirt, it's my favorite shirt of all time. Not to bring up my dad in every video, but I think he gave me, or I stole this shirt from him that he used to wear in the 90s. Also to further expose what lineage I'm coming from. My dad wasn't a NASCAR fan. I don't know why he had copious amounts of NASCAR merch. I guess how I want to be the YouTube girls, my dad was I want to be the guys who NASCAR. Interesting. Yeah, I'm wearing this and this cute little brown skirt. Trying to keep my fupa out of this video, so I'm not gonna step back any further. Maybe not now. But yeah. I love this shirt. I've worn holes into it. It goes both ways. There's giant holes in the armpits. I just love it. It's literally my whole aesthetic. Whenever I see myself in pictures with friends, I am typically wearing this shirt. Not this outfit. I usually always wear it with a black pencil bodycon skirt and boots. But right now I'm just wearing my house moccasins from Amazon. They literally have like huge holes in the bottom of the feet. But I just don't like walking like with my feet on the ground anywhere outside of like my room or bathroom, because I feel like it's like when you step, your like feet leave this like it's just like an energy transference, and I'm not necessarily trying to pick up any of the vibes from the rest of the space, if you know what I'm talking about. I trust my room, I trust my bathroom, and that's that. I have to stop looking at myself. I'm gonna leave all of this in because, I don't know, hopefully it helps someone else know, like, it's okay to be, like, this terribly awkward and still post online. Like, you're still allowed to post videos. Like, you're still allowed to be out there. I, like, put myself in the fucking punishment, like, box for, like, ever. Yeah. I know there's other things I want to say. I feel so nervous. Oh, no, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say how there's the guy who does the stocking of the shelves at the grocery store I go to. Like, we usually make, like, oh, well, in my sick fantasy, like, every time we make eye contact, I'm like, that's on purpose. I don't do that face to him. I try to look a little more like debonair, maybe. But so the other day, I usually go grocery shopping on Wednesdays, and like this week, I had actually forgotten to get toilet paper, so I had to go back on Thursday. And when I went in there, like, I saw that he was working in the water aisle, because it was fitting, because I am a really thirsty bitch. So he was working in the water aisle, and I literally, like, my brother was with me, I literally was like, we have to, like, go down the water aisle and get water. Like, you know, that's something we have to do. So we go down the water aisle and get water, and I was like, I'm gonna be the boldest bitch ever. Like, I'm gonna be so bold and so flirty and, like, girl power, like, fuck the patriarchy, the girl can make the move, like, that's how I was. So I walk over to where he's stocking the shelves, and I was literally like, wow, you're just always in the way, aren't you? And he didn't hear what I said. He literally said, what? So I awkwardly again said, you're always in the way, aren't you? He was like, I guess so. So it's, like, really safe to say that I for sure probably read all those signals right. Absolutely read all the signals right. Yeah. And literally I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since I did it. So, like, it's safe to say that I'm for sure a limerent and cannot not get emotionally attached to interactions, even with, like, anything, really, I guess. Like this shirt, for example. If you told me I had to give this shirt away, I would fight with you about it. Dead ass. I do have a question, though. What do you do with weighted blankets when you're not using them? I have a weighted blanket, and it's just strewn on my couch, and has been for actual months. And I don't know, do I put it in the closet? I'm only saying this now because I was going to film this facing a different way, and then I was like, oh, well, that's where all my stuff is. Like, all my stuff that I don't know what to do with. Like, my art supplies that I actively use are on the couch, and, like, that blanket, and I usually, like, when I'm not done with pajamas, will put them on there. So, like, I also have my clock face down on it, so I could extend the plug-in for the ring light across my room, because I was like, the people must see my glorious shelf. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I know. I know this setup. I'm like, yeah, YouTube girl. That's me. Tuber. Aesthetically pleasing. Comforting. Soul food for your internet soul. Chicken soup for your life, or I don't know. How, like, the first people who, like, were doing this shit that had no template, it's just so impressive. Because it's really awkward. It's just for me, I guess. I feel much more comfortable in this video than I did in the last one even, but I also feel like I am, like, like, presenting myself. Like, I'm intentionally presenting right now. Like, I'm intentionally getting through this. As to the last time, I was like, let's see what this is like, you know? That might not make sense to anyone not in my head, but it really makes a lot of sense to me, so it's all about me. So relatable. I was just gonna say something else too, and it totally slipped my brain. Oh, so, my family member who watched my first upload actually told me that I should go back to the video and write down all the things that I said, that's a story for another time about, and start talking about them. It's not that I don't want to already be lacking integrity on my channel. I'm just like, well, how much am I wanting to put out there? Do I necessarily have to talk about the, like, do I have to necessarily, like, where's the balance between, like, giving up personal information to essentially, like, a crowd of people who already only know me personally, you know? But yeah, like, if anyone wants to, like, talk, like, obviously that's why I'm here. I, like, love to talk, really. And I know I said before, like, I think I would like this because people wouldn't necessarily talk back, and, like, I don't think that's true. Like, I'm just, like, I just want attention, I guess. Is that the worst thing? Is it so bad to just want some attention? Like, is that, like, is that a toxic trait, or is that, like, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, and now that I told the grocery boy story, I'm just like in my head. Man, the rumination is real. Also, I was gonna talk about I'm like hesitant to talk about astrology because I know that it'll turn some people off. Like, astrology just has that energy, like, if you like it, then people vibe with you when you talk about it. But if they don't like it, then it, like, shuts them off from anything you may have said prior. But what I was gonna say is I have Mars conjunct my Gemini midheaven. So I obviously already come across as, like, like, split, really. I go back and forth a lot with myself. But, like, with Mars there, I imagine it like a kaleidoscope. So I'm already coming at you in the sphere like this as two, and then you have I have Mars there, and I'm really passionate about a lot of the things I talk about. I'm trying to become passionate about myself, and I'm nervous. So you take that 2 and you turn it to 4 and then to 8. Like, it's just, I'm, like, really fragmented when I'm coming across inside of me. Inside of you. Inside of me, it all is coming from one stream of consciousness, although when I present it, I feel as though other people perceive me as quite fragmented, quite like a mess. I promise I'll get better at getting my point across. Well, I don't promise it. I intend to become more efficient at communicating in this fashion. And obviously, this is only my second video ever. I'm hoping to also do better at not just looking at myself, but it kind of helps me to have, like, an eye contact point, but I know I can make that the camera in the future. Or with just a little bit more effort, honestly. Yeah, I'm trying to, like, kick laziness like it's, like, heroin, and I feel like I go through withdrawals of being, like, lazy sometimes. I'm also, like, I really underestimated how hard of work this would or might be, and, I was really out of touch with the fact that, like, I haven't worked super hard or practiced or, uh, in the way of, like, when you play sports as a kid or a music instrument, I haven't had that type of experience in a while, and I didn't like it's humbling. I feel like humbled in a way. I am working hard in other areas of my life. Like I've been on like a health journey, a healing journey, like a like a how not to die inside or out journey for like definitely since the pandemic, as I'm sure a lot of people are, but I feel like in my case, it really had nothing to do with the pandemic. The pandemic was almost beneficial to me that it happened when it happened. So, yeah, uh, I don't know. I have a lot to say. I want to talk to people. Like, I want to video chat with people. Like, I want to be on FaceTime. I want like maybe if anyone does like think I look pretty or cute or cool, like I would love to hear it. Like, I love to tell people when I like, I don't know. I was like thinking about that today about me. Like, I like feel good when I compliment people. Like, it's almost selfish when I give other people a compliment because it makes me feel so good. It's almost like, oh, it's almost like toxic, but not coming from a place that I don't mean what I say, but just that I know a lot of people have a hard time receiving, myself included. And that's why I would just like to say, like, I'm really open to like anything, not in like a desperate way, in a way of like I need to like learn how to use my like newfound discernment and like my new boundaries that I just acquired recently. Like, help me use my new boundaries. Maybe this will be the thumbnail. Oh my god, the 3 pictures it gave me for the last video were so awkward. So I had to figure that one out. Learning. Uh, My youngest brother actually told me he could help me make thumbnails. Which is, it makes me so happy. Like, they're so sweet, but also I am a grown actual woman, and I actually went to a technical high school and took graphic arts as my major for all 4 years, graduating with a certification. I should know how to figure out how to make my own thumbnail, especially because I bought a MacBook. Little impulsive. But I'm hoping that it was all like divinely orchestrated. Like it all happened for a reason. Even though to me it was like literally I just wanted to become a girl with like a MacBook. Like I was telling my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm still the same old Heather you know. I'm just Heather with a MacBook. Like girl with a MacBook, hey. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I'm losing it. Not in like a bad way, just in like a, I can feel myself trailing off. Look how fucking pale my tummy is. Oh, I do look cute though. And I hope you guys like my shelf. It's really personal. The only people ever in my room are my family, so welcome to my room. Anyone who's not my family watching this. Okay, thanks. Bye.